It's too easy. I just woke up to, or at least I don't know about you guys, but I just woke up to 2 black swan events today. What just happened? It seems like there's a black swan event every other week. I even said this to, like a couple weeks ago, right? It's just because the world is more chaotic. The markets are more chaotic. But I have the code cracked for you guys. I'm not kidding. We actually called this move. Right, I said it in my previous video. It's actually hilarious how easy this is. It's just too easy. So XRP at $3.06, Bitcoin at 117k, Ethereum 4.5k. We barely dumped. The reason why it seems like a harsh dump is because XRP hasn't really pumped, while these other coins has, right? So it's not even that crazy of a pump, guys. So black swan number one is, so I just seen this black swan right now, guys, from the Bitcoin therapist. Justin, the United States government announces they will not be buying Bitcoin. We all got played. Right, so the Bitcoin maxis are worried. The Bitcoin maxis are in panic. Right, they're like scrambling around. Like what's going on? Supposedly now the United States government isn't buying Bitcoin, guys. Like we said before, right? If we know that, if you know why they're not gonna buy it, Bitcoin collapses. We already called this, but no, we're gonna be talking about the charts and how I called that literally to a T. It's so easy. I'm telling you, the bottom is here soon. We're gonna pump back up, and then they're gonna top the markets. Not yet. Now this is what I woke up to, guys, at 8:30. Right, then I went back to sleep. I'm like, huh? What's going on? This is unexpected. So, of course, before we talk about Bitcoin, all this stuff, okay? There's a bunch of stuff to talk about, but please like today's video. Core CPI inflation is back above 3%, and PPI inflation is at its hottest since March 2022. By the way, they timed this event so beautifully. These market makers are absolutely chef kiss, guys. Right? So, meanwhile, President Trump is calling for a 300 basis point rate cut and is set to replace Fed Chair Powell. Are you ready for what's next? I even said, guys, I even said, how is the Fed going to cut rates, right, when they aren't at their 2% target for inflation? Since now inflation is supposedly going higher, guys, there's an uptick of United States inflation, right? Month over month, PPI inflation surges 0.9% to highest since March of 2022. Okay, so so basically we just they just kicked us back years ago, guys, right? All this was just a waste of time. And we're all the way back, like right there. Yeah, so that's an issue for the Fed. I don't know how they're gonna cut, guys, right? And if you want the markets to keep staying bullish, by the way, oh, now it's at 90%. Look at that, it just changed. Wow, that's crazy. Is it gonna keep changing if you refresh it? What was it just previously? Right, a little bit higher, I'm pretty sure, like 92%. I don't know, but okay, here's the game plan. It's so easy. It's so easy. So, if you want the markets to just keep raging on, right, to keep going higher, you want them to not cut, by the way. You want them to hold on for dear life. And we call this move. What's going to happen with XRP here is going to go like this, guys. It's going to come down like this, bottom out, and then we're going to pump up, okay? So easy. Let me tell you what's going to happen with this chart, though, which is the UCT.dominance chart. You guys remember, right? I'm going to show you guys proof what I mean here. So we broke below this moving average, which I said on the 5-day, it's going to hold as resistance, or hopefully does, unless it's a black swan event, right, which we've seen 2 today. Plus, if this holds as resistance, right, that's how you know it's a very significant moving average, guys, because not only did we see 1 but 2 black swans, and hopefully we don't go above this moving average. Now, let me explain to you what I mean here. Here's my previous video. XRP, this has never happened before. I can't breathe. Okay, I just posted this yesterday. It's resistance, okay, guys? So that's why it's going to be harder for them to dump cryptos from now on, right? Because now they have to go above this moving average, and it's on the 5-day, so it's going to be extremely it's going to be hard, guys, in my opinion, right? But if somehow we do go back up here, right, we could even retest this level, by the way. We could even retest it, but it probably won't break above. What did I say, guys? Exactly. It's so easy. Even if we come back up, which I was thinking we would because we didn't retest this level, right? It's going to probably hold right here as resistance and then probably come all the way back down. Okay, guys? That's what I think will happen. So if we go to if we take a closer look here, Wow, that's insane. And by the way, how it bottomed is not how it really bottoms out. Plus, there's so much liquidity. So obviously, guys, these market makers are so sinister, but they're not, because I knew that this was going to happen. I knew at some point they're going to go back to retest it, right? I didn't know if they're going to just keep dumping it like this, right? Or just go like this due to like 2 black swan events. So there is, you want to know the bottom? I don't even know if I should say it, guys. This is literally a cheat code. The bottom is going to be here, okay? This where the 5-day moving average is at 4.28%, 4.29. For XRP's bottom will be right here. It's literally going to be right here. Just go all in. I'm not kidding. It's going to be somewhere around this region, right? It's going to be somewhere around this box, guys, right here. Let me not make that box too big, though, right? Something probably like right here, right? If somehow XRP goes below this level, right, it's probably going to die. It's going to go to 260. But I'm most certainly certain that it's going to hold somewhere in this region as support. That's all I'm saying. And then what's going to happen then after is this, guys. Let me show you guys, okay? That is what I think is going to happen. Finally, huh? After, I mean, it hasn't even been too long of a consolidation, to be honest with you. Because it's only been, what, it's only going to be like 30 something days, right? Less than 40 days perhaps, and then it's going to rage on. Yeah, market makers, you guys are not tricking us, because we literally called it. We said there may be a retest, and it's going for the retest right now, right? Even though there's just so much crazy news, inflation is ticking up, and then this one, what's this? Treasury Secretary Scott Bessent says the NACE is not going to be buying Bitcoin, right? We told you guys. It's clear as day, guys.
We've also started to get into the 21st century, a Bitcoin strategic reserve. We're not going to be buying that, but we are going to use confiscated assets and continue to build that up. We're going to stop selling that. I believe that Bitcoin.
They're not going to sell their confiscated assets like seized Bitcoin, okay, from however they got it. But no, they're not going to be selling, those seized assets. But they're not going to be buying Bitcoin off the open market. The way Bitcoin can hit 1 million, and I think they will, to be honest, probably when the money printer starts, because there needs to be a narrative, right? But I don't know how it's going to work, to be honest, because at the end, they're going to collapse Bitcoin, like we said before, right? And if the United States government is not willing to touch Bitcoin, putting their money into Bitcoin, right, because they're going to be using seized assets, they're not using their own money to be buying Bitcoin. That's an issue, right, for the Bitcoin community overall. That's why they were panicking on the first week, which we looked at, right? So, yeah, two black swans just got hit today, guys. Insane.
Reserve at today's prices is somewhere between 15 and 20 billion.
And Mr. Secretary, all of these ideas to monetize the asset side.
I don't know. I feel like they're going to be buying, guys. I feel like they're going to be buying Bitcoin, right, just to ramp it up to $1 million. But we know that they know that the collapse will be coming, right? So maybe that's why they're not going to buy it. I don't know 100% like that. What's happening with Bitcoiners? We were worrying that Bitcoin's going to die, guys. It's literally going to go to zero. I'm going to buy your Bitcoin at under $1,000. I'm just throwing it out there. I will be buying your Bitcoin under $1,000. So I'm gonna, when that time comes, I'm gonna be buying your blood, and I'm gonna be very happy about it. If you own Bitcoin, because you're gonna sell it probably when it hits maybe like 10K. You're gonna sell it maybe when it hits 5K. If you haven't sold it then, you're definitely gonna sell it when it hits under $3,000, from like maybe 500K. Yeah. So Jacob King tweeted out, earlier today, the United States Treasury Secretary finally admitted the obvious. The United States will not be buying any Bitcoin, killing months of rumors. Exactly as I predicted, the government strung the naive Bitcoiners along with a fake narrative about building a strategic reserve. In reality, it was nothing more than a holding pen for seized Bitcoin, something that's existed for over a decade. No new policy, no strategic move. The real purpose was so obvious, to juice prices for insiders. Bo Hines, sitting on millions in Bitcoin, abruptly resigned under the weight of glaring conflicts of interest. Oh, right, Bo Hines even resigned, guys, right? Who was he? He was someone important in the industry, right? He was up there, I think, with government. David Sachs claimed to have dumped all his crypto, yet his venture fund conveniently retained stakes in the very tokens the admin was pushing. And Donald Trump Jr. Cornered the bulk of the crypto revenue streams and token supply, pocketing well over $100 million. This wasn't governance. It was state-sanctioned market rigging dressed up as a cash grab for political cronies as national policy, and leaving the public holding the bag while the insiders laughed all the way to the bank. But guess what? We're not at the top, right? This narrative will be the collapse. We're not at the collapse either. The collapse happens next year, right? So here's the game plan, guys. I don't know what narrative they're going to bring to pump these cryptos. Obviously, it's going to be something, right? When we go down like this, it's going to hold here as support, and it's going to blast up like this. It's going to hold here or here, right? It's either one or the two, guys. If it doesn't do both, then it's going to die, right? Because they cannot let the higher time frames be triggered on a bullish divergence. Let me show you guys what I mean. Here's the RSI. Okay, the 1 day, a triple bullish divergence. The 2 day, a bullish divergence trying to form. Guess what? Are they gonna let that happen or not? A 3 day, a bullish divergence is trying to form. Look how it's curving back up, right? That's why I said we're probably gonna go up like this and probably back down. They're not gonna let this bullish divergence play out. If they did, it's gonna die. It's gonna go all the way back, all the way here, guys, which means XRP back at $2.30. You think they're gonna let that happen? No, right? So it's clear as day what's going on. But hey, another Black Swan event from Block News. Google App Store to ban all crypto wallets without federal licenses in the United States and EU. This could be good or bad, because good as in there will be no more scamming or scammy wallets. Fantastic news for everyone, but bad because now you need licenses and all that stuff, guys, right? It's going to be harder to bring upon your own wallet for more innovation and adoption, all that stuff. I don't know. Black Swan after Black Swan after Black Swan. I'm pretty sure that moving average will hold cryptos as support. So easy. Market makers, you just got played. Thank you for cheaper prices, because now we're going to buy more. Now, my name is Vice. My name is Sophie Smazius. See ya.